We start off here. Cross-examination of the lead investigator in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial continues in the Pretoria High Court today. Yesterday, the defense challenged Brigadier Bongani Gininda on the DNA evidence on the hat found on the scene. Gininda has been a key witness in the trial, with his testimony being heavily scrutinized by the defense lawyers. Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi has closely been following this case for us and now joins us live from the capital. A very good morning to you, Linda. A quick recap on what transpired yesterday and what we can expect this morning.
Well, Alton, you'll remember that yesterday was the first day one of the cross-examination of lead investigator Brigadier Bongani Gininda by the lawyer of accused number 1 and 3, advocate Charles Mnisi. And he started yesterday really in an unconventional way, reopening the cross-examination of accused number 3 without really making an application. And what he told the court was that essentially he had paused a couple of matters and not necessarily closed his cross-examination. Touching on the issue around the evidence that links accused number 3 to the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. Essentially looking at the issue around DNA that was picked up at the crime scene, and one of those DNAs was picked up in the hat that was recovered, and the results there are what really caused the advocate as well as Brigadier Bongani Gininda to tussle over the interpretation. Advocate Mnisi seems to suggest that, it basically says that, he was not picked up, while Brigadier Bongani Gininda is of the view that the results essentially say that the DNA was mixed DNA. He could be picked up in some of the regions, and that is an interpretation that he has. At a later stage, we saw him now get into the cross-examination of on behalf of accused number 1, the long-awaited cross-examination that has caused so many delays in this matter proceeding this year. And one of the things that he touched on is how, Sibia was linked to this matter and how his name came to be, amongst the names of the suspects. And he went back to his testimony about how one of the fathers of the state star witness, or the father of the state star witness, Absalom Zungu, being the one that informed them about, the alleged involvement of Sibia as well as his co-accused, Bongani Ndanzi. One of the statements that he deposed is something that will be scrutinized today, because he mentions that he heard from one Mbekiseni Ndanzi, who is related, he says, to accused number 2. Now, he was probing the lead investigator along the lines of whether or not this was basically hearsay, and he did not have first account about, the fight that was going on in the family that led him to be informed about the involvement, or the alleged involvement, of accused number 1 in this particular matter. So that affidavit that Absalom Zungu deposed, Aldrin, is something that Advocate Mnisi will pick up on this morning.